Have you ever seen a very hot girl and you just got in your head, you start making all these lame excuses. You thought,
oh, she's too hot for me, I'm not good enough for her, she's in a rush, she has a boyfriend.
All of these excuses that stopped you taking action. So the other week, one of our subscribers made a comment and he said, when I go out, I try to approach, but I just get in my head. I can't, whatever I do, I just can't approach because I come up with all these lame excuses and I just cannot take action. And he said, what can I do? What can I do in order to be able to approach? So the reason that's happening is because our mind is not made to make us grow. It's actually made to make us survive, right? And this is the reason whenever you want to grow, it stops you doing that. What it does is it makes an unrealistic prediction of what's going to happen. I can tell you that whenever I've approached and I've thought of something happening, it never happens. I'm approached and thinking, all right,
this girl has a boyfriend, she's going to reject me.
Or whatever, and I approach, never happens, right? Because your mind makes it much more scary than it actually is, right? And this is the reason when you do an approach, you would find out that it's actually not as bad as you think it is. So now let's talk about some methods that can get you approaching, to get you stop thinking all these lame excuses, and to take action and get beautiful girls into your life. So the first thing you have to understand is that what your mind is going to tell you is never the truth, right? Just always remember that. When you come up with all these excuses, just remember that that's not going to happen, right? It's just that your mind is trying to protect you, right? It's not going to be the truth. You don't know what the truth is until you actually approach. Now, a really good exercise I give my clients is to count from 5 to 1, to count backwards. Psychologists have proven that when you count backwards, it stops you getting into your head, right? And so what you do when you see that beautiful girl, you start counting back from 5 to 1. So you go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, action, right? And whatever happens, you do the approach. And also, in addition to that, when you kind of approach quickly, it stops your mind thinking. And this is why back in the day, they had this thing called a 3-second rule. And they said, as soon as you see the girl, you have to approach. Obviously, sometimes it's not possible, but the concept is if you see the girl and you quickly approach, you're not going to have time to make all these excuses and to stop yourself approaching. Now, the next method is to get a wing, right? Get a very positive, very energetic wing that can push you into the interactions. Now, there's a game you could play with your wing, is you set a time on your phone, 3 minutes, and your wing has to approach, and then once he approaches, then he does it for you. Now, there's a punishment. If you don't approach, you have to do 20 press-ups in a busy street. Also, another way to do that is to give your wing £50, $50, whatever currency you use, and to tell your wing to give you £5 or $5 back whenever you do an approach. So you have to win your money back by approaching. These are really good games in order to stop yourself thinking, because all you're thinking is, I need to get the money back, right? I don't care about these lame excuses. I just want my money back, right? Or I don't want to do a punishment, and this makes it more fun and interesting for you to take action. And then the last one is to get a coach. A coach will not only motivate you to approach, but he will also make you progress much faster than you would by yourself. So I was coaching one of my clients today, and it was his second session, and he was really into his head. He said he's so nervous, he just can't approach, and he's coming up with all these excuses. He was at one point, he was the girl was walking past, and he said, no, she saw me, she knows she's gonna know I'm gonna approach, and all of these stuff that's actually not true. And I told him, just go and approach, and what's the worst thing that's going to happen? You're just going to get rejected, right? Actually, go and try to get rejected, right? That's your goal. Go and do it. He goes and approaches, and he has this amazing conversation. He comes out and he's like, wow, never thought that would have happened. Because he was just, every time he wanted to approach, he was having these imaginations of oh, this is going to happen, and oh, I'm not going to know what to say. And I said, just go and do it, right? if you make a mistake, if you fuck it up, if you fall over and you just like fall on the floor or something, right? Fine, right? But do it, and if something happens, then we'll calibrate and we'll see where you went wrong, and then we can correct that next time, right? But don't think before you do it, then think after, right? That's what I was telling you. And when he started doing it, he got into this flow. And every time you saw a girl, he just went in. If you haven't already, click the subscribe button now and press the little bell button as well. So every time we release a life-changing video, you get notified first. Signing out, Nav.